Hey guys, be sure to check out the Mortar Pod, our weekly video podcast, and also check out the tutorial video for my board game, Travelers of Storia. Hey everybody, Alex from SeemsGoodMagic.com here. We're doing another Swiss Khans of Tarkir draft, and we've opened a good mythic. So I think we're going to take the Hooded Hydra. We've also got some fixing in here, good uncommon in Icefeather Avon. Take Up Arms is a good Mardu Warriors card. I like the Expert. Good card. Easy way to turn on ferocious spells like Savage Punch. Bring Low is good. Highland Game. A lot of playables in here. Wind Scout. Savage Punch. Mostly good cards, but very good mythic. That's monocolored, so happy to first pick that. Well, I'm not exactly sure why a Master of Pearls was passed. It must have been a good, well, I was going to say a good foil in here, but one of the uncommons is missing. So someone decided an uncommon was better than Master of Pearls, which is surprising. Finally got a chance to play against this card, and it is really strong. So I guess that sort of moves us into Abzan a little bit, or potentially 4 or 5 color, I guess, also. Otherwise, it's a Tuskard Captain, but that's, I mean, look at this card. This card's insane. I mean, they're both kind of mana or color intensive to unmorph, but it's very difficult to deny. And a surprise, an instant speed effect like that is just really good. So I think it's pretty easy, Master of Pearls. All right, next. So Master is a human monk, so not exactly in line with the warrior strategy, but still definitely a good card. I'm feeling the Alpine Grizzly, kind of. I'm a big fan of this card now, even this late into the format. I think this card's just very good. It's very threatening. A lot of times it comes down on turn 3, and it just really puts your opponent up against the wall right away. It's just a lot of pressure. I like it. Dragon Scale Boon, I guess, could be another option. There's nothing like crazy good in here, really, beyond the Alpine Grizzly, so pretty happy to take it here. Okay, so now we've got a couple good white spells. We have a Throttle. If we hope to go into the, Abzan strategy, but I think we got Savage Punch, which seems like an excellent pick here. I'm a big Watch of the Roost fan. Flying is great in this format. Getting life gain is nice. Easy to morph. Easy to hard cast. A lot of upsides to that card, but I'd rather get the removal that works with currently every single one of our guys. So let's do that. Okay, options now. Well, Kill Shot's very good. I like Highland Game. Looks like we're picking up some nice green picks. Sagu Archers can be very good. It's a great blocker. Mardu Hateblade. I like this card a lot. I do like Hateblade a lot. I think I like Kill Shot more for what we're looking at currently. I mean, certainly don't mind having a Hateblade, but Kill Shot's a pretty awesome removal spell, so I don't have any problems taking it. I've mentioned before I don't really like it in beatdown decks as much, but we don't have to be a beatdown deck. Could be a mid-rangey thing. All right, well, Nightblade's pretty good. It certainly is significantly better than Horde Chief. And here's a banner, I guess, that would potentially be on color for us, but I think it's either Nightblade or Horde Chief, and I think I'm leaning towards Nightblade, to be honest, even though it starts branching us into black. Unless I'm mistaken, I can't think of any other green-white clan. I'm going to feel dumb if there is one, though. Not just Sky, not Sultai. Or wait, no, Sultai's green, black, blue. I don't think there's any other ones that are green-white besides Abzan. Yeah. If there is one, then I'm sorry, I'm mistaken. I can't think of it. All right, well, that's a late Hateblade. Bloodfell Caves is some nice fixing, but I kind of want to make this Abzan deck work because of the green and white picks we have already. And I love Hateblade in this format. Just a phenomenal card. Very, very good. Death Touch is just an excellent commodity to have. And there's only like 3 creatures that immediately come to mind in the format that even have it. So very nice to have. I think this is a pretty easy Sage Eye Harrier. Otherwise, a banner for fixing would be nice, but I'm hoping we can get some fixing out of the next couple packs since we're getting a pretty nice hookup out of this first pack in line with an Abzan plan. Dreadmaw is a card I actually like quite a bit, but I think I like the Harrier here. Flies and blocks both well, and it's a warrior, so a lot of upsides to that card. Highland Game seems fine, not really passing much of anything else, so okay. Get behind that. And Briber's Purse is ordinarily, I like it in aggressive decks, but we don't look like a deck that's really going to benefit that much from Briber's Purse. Guess we can take the Rush of Battle in case we get some more warriors. We currently only have 2, which admittedly is not that much, but keep in mind, it still buffs your whole team regardless. All right, we'll take the on-color card. Some late blue picks, possibly signaling us that that color's open, but I'm pretty satisfied with the opening picks we got. I think the only awkward thing, I think it's an easy Seek the Horizon. I think the only awkward thing is in all of the other Abzan decks I've done, it's been base black-white and then splash green. This looks like base green-white, splash black, which I have not done before, I don't think. All right, well, there's our banner in case we need it. Fine pick. Banners are much more playable if you're short on morph guys. I guess we currently have 3 morph guys, so we're not short on morph, but the only reason I say that is because they compete for your 3-drop slot. So if you have a deck that's heavy in the 5 drops, 5 and 6, banners are better. If you have a deck that's heavy in the morph count, probably don't want to run banners, is how I look at it. All right, we could take the board wipe spell in Death Frenzy. Chief of the Scale is definitely a warrior, but it's going to start moving us deeper into colors that might be more difficult to fix for. Can just take the flyer here, which is sticking to our green-white plan, being less color intensive in black. I kind of like that. I like the Death Frenzy too. It is an actual, the board wipe might be the pick. There's a, honestly, there's a lot of times Death Frenzy is just a great card. I mean, Watcher is very good too. We definitely want a high creature count to really get some high value out of our Master of Pearls. It's a tricky call here. It kind of is dictating which direction I would prefer my deck go. It's also not a warrior, which is kind of a bummer, but yeah, it's really, for me, it's Watcher versus Death Frenzy. I like the Chief of the Scale too, but not really feeling it in this deck, where I think I'm going to be light in black. I guess I'll take the Watcher of the Roost. I'm not exactly sure yet how much fixing I'm going to get, so if I can focus on the green-white, that would be ideal. All right, Debilitating Entry is definitely worthy of a splash, even if, I mean, definitely worthy of playing even if it's with our 3rd splash color. Woolly Loxodon is a good card, but I'm hoping I can see some more of that later, potentially. Bloodsucker actually looks pretty good in here. If it's, I guess it's toughness 4 greater, so it still works with enough of our guys where I like it, but I think it's pretty easy injury pickup here. Still need to find some fixing, but we'll stumble on it eventually. All right, until then, I guess we can take the Abzan Charm. I like Heir of the Wilds a lot. Card's very good. But Abzan Charm is a little bit too good to pass up here, I think. I like the Dead Drop too. I really would like an Heir of the Wilds in here. I love this card. Like I said, Death Touch is very good. All right. Hateblade number 2 is also Scout the Borders, which could help fix, but I mean, the nice thing is we have a couple pieces of fixing in Seek the Horizon and Abzan Banner, but they're not the fixing I want, obviously. Hooting Mandrills is also good. I guess I don't have a ton of ways to kill yet. Well, Hydra kills Master. All right, well, let's actually take the Hateblade here. I'm cool with that. I could just take the Mandrills, I guess. Maybe I hope the Hateblade comes later. Mandrills can be very good, even if you're not, super delve-oriented. I think it's still good. Hateblade with Splash Black might be worse. All right, let's take the Mandrills. It's a pretty good finisher. Hardened Scales. I don't know if we got enough. Well, pretty awesome with Hooded Hydra. Get double the counters on it. It's nice. Long Shot Squad, also pretty good. Roar of Challenges, pretty acceptable. Guess we can take the Long Shot Squad. Definitely having a hard time finding fixing. But we might be super light black. I mean, Rotting Mastodon is absolutely not worth splashing for. So if that's the dilemma, then I can just really start focusing on green-white. And we don't have to put a ton of black sources in here. I'm a bit surprised we haven't seen some stuff. I mean, this is really good Temur cards, but it's just too far away from where we're at. Tusked Colossedon is a fine finisher, but I think I'm looking at Harrier number 2. They're pretty excellent blockers, buying us time to the late game. But we actually need some ways to kill here, so I'm pretty sure we're competing pretty hard with people, which is unfortunate, but it's okay. We'll take the War Behemoth. Could actually end up playing it. So fixing currently restricted to Banner and Seek the Horizon, which based on how little fixing we've seen for us, I very easily may end up playing both of these cards, but these are not ideal fixers, obviously. So Smite is some removal. Awaken the Bear is very good with the Grizzly. I like that a lot. I do like that a lot. Parapet is playable, but not all what we want with Master of Pearls exactly. Well, we can take the Awaken the Bear. I don't know. I'm a big fan of this card. I like Smite too, but I think Awaken for us could be potentially better. Like I said, with Alpine Grizzly, that's a lot of trample damage. This doesn't fix for what we need. Could end up, I guess, splashing for a Dreadmaw doesn't seem super realistic. Could also just take the Colossedon in case I need another finisher. Because this guy's alright, I guess we take the Colossedon. I'm not super happy about it, but Sultai Banner, another banner seems bad. I've got enough morph where running multiple banners doesn't seem like what I want to do. Siegecraft's playable, I'm just not really into it. Windstorm, I mean, I feel like we have enough flyers already where we wouldn't need a card like Windstorm, but I guess I'll take it anyway. Alright, I think I'm taking the Parapet over the Sideboard Erase and over the Banner, which is on color, but not amazing. Alright. Parapet's, like I said, not exactly what we want, but it's certainly a fine card to have. Rakshasa's Secret. Let's take the Scout the Borders. We may actually need some fixing in here. Our first 3-drop, you say. Interesting. Let's take the Roar of Challenge. It's got more potential upside than the Kentree Warden. And Colossedon number 2, I guess. Alright. Well, I doubt we're playing 2 Colossedons, so let's hate one of those. And we're at 24 cards, so we need to make another cut. I guess I probably don't even want to play 2 Colossedons. I don't think Ashcloud Phoenix is worth anything, but I should check. Well, according to this, it's worth about 5 tickets, so it's worth a lot more than I thought. It's certainly worth enough to take. Otherwise, Alpine Grizzly is also acceptable. Still didn't get a fixing that's really useful for us, oddly enough. Abzan Guide is also a very good card, and I would welcome in this deck, but I don't welcome it more than 5 tickets. Alright, Tower Shell didn't quite live up to what I wanted it to be. Lost against it, but every time I play it, I seem to play against the deck that doesn't run any islands, which is odd. It's only when I play this Tower Shell. Could take another Kill Shot, which seems fine, but certainly not exciting. Could take the Bondkin, which is just another 2-drop threat. I guess it's going to work better with our Master of Pearls. Currently rocking... Oh, it also works, yeah, insanely well with the Nightblade. Yeah, let's go for the synergistic pick here, I guess. Rite of Serpent seems just out because 2 black intensive. And Become Immense is okay. I actually like it. And Kill Shot number 2 would be fine too, but let's take the Bondkin. I'm on board with that. I'd like to see some fixing. This is crazy. Here we go. All right, we have to take this fixing over everything because we just don't have any. Besides a couple, a Banner and a Seek the Horizon, not ideal ones. Otherwise, I'd like Dead Drop would be cool. Throttle and Loxodon and Abzan Guide would be great too, but we just need this Blossoming Sands. Just don't have enough going on. Seems like an easy Horde Chief. We have enough 1 and 2 drops to pretty easily get that online. Works well with the Rush of Battle. And works very well with the Master of Pearls. So that actually makes sense. Let's take the... In fact, what did I take over the first Horde Chief? I think I took the Nightblade. I think I can still stand behind that. That's pretty good. But the Horde Chief is very good with the Master of Pearls, for sure. All right, Savage Punch number 2, I think is going to be great for us. Because I think we have enough 4-power guys. Let me make sure, though. Hydra, Master, if it's unmorphed, that'd be expensive. Well, I guess it'd be like 7. That is expensive. Grizzly. If any of these get up, I don't know. I still think Savage Punch is presumably the pick. I could take a Highland game as well, but I think I'm going to take the Savage Punch. I'm a big fan of that card in general, and I think it's still good in this deck. All right, here we can take the Temur Charger, otherwise Dragon Scale Boon and Kintree Warden, Salt Road Patrol. Yeah, I think Temur Charger is good. For some reason, they put Horde Chief. These are morph as well. We have a lot of morph. Yeah, let's take the Temur Charger. Awaken the Bear number 2 versus another Scout the Borders, which I'm not really feeling. Smite the Monstrous number 1 would be fine. I think I'm okay with Awaken the Bear. It's just a good card. Throttle, I guess. All right, well, we're super light on fixing, so I'm debating how much black we're actually going to play is a good question. I mean, if you look at it, we ended up with 4 spells total that are black. I mean, I could probably easily just cut black from this deck and still make it work as a green-white beatdown. I know that seems ridiculous, but I'm not even sure if the black we have is worth... Well, I mean, the black we have is pretty good. I just don't know if it's worth splashing for. The Charm is like the real argument point. Nightblade is pretty good, so I could see the argument for that too. But I'm going to have to really sort of decide. Awaken the Bear Savage Punch can be a nice synergistic play for 5 mana. Make my guy huge, fight your huge guy. I can still get in for a bunch of trample damage. So that's an option. Yeah, I still don't think we're doing Rite of the Serpent, but let's take the Smoke Teller because I would rather cut the Parapet from this deck and have a bear with the Master of Pearls, I think. We very easily may be just focusing on green-white. I think that's okay, too, because the 2 bombs we got. I'm not thrilled about it, but it just interestingly, we saw so little fixing. That's the kind of crazy thing. Let's take another bear. I'm okay with that over the Regener. The Regener is an actual warrior, which works better with Rush of Battle, but I think we're honest to God playing a green-white bear deck. Yeah, I mean, we're getting bears this late on color stuff. Yeah, all right. I guess, I don't know. I feel pretty comfortable saying we're playing 2-color here. It lets me cut a lot of cards that I didn't want to run anyway. Like, I still get to make 2 more cuts, which is pretty nice. We have a good creature count. We have Roar of Challenge, which is a nice finisher. Plenty of 2-drops. This looks like a legitimate 2-color deck, believe it or not. Lot of morph. Just a ton of morph. This guy too. A lot of 2-drop creatures though. 5 is a great 2-drop count. Let's separate stuff real quick. Let me take a look. Between 2 Savage Punch, 2 Awaken the Bear, Kill Shot, I would say our removal is pretty nice. I wish I had taken the Air now over the Abzan Charm, since it's not even worth my time to splash for it, I don't think, when I've got some cuts that I can make in just green-white. I mean, we're playing a green-white beatdown deck. which I think is fine. Yeah, I stand by this deck is fine. I would have preferred it to be 3-color, but like I said, I disagree with playing 3-color for a Throttle, an Abzan Charm, and a Merrick Nightblade, and a Debilitating Injury, and a Hateblade. These 5 cards, I just don't know if they warrant my weakest 5 cards in this deck and then add a 3rd color. I'm not sure I can get behind that. I think the major issue with this deck is we may be short on some finishers, but the Hooded Hydra is going to be a fantastic one. Master of Pearls is going to be a fantastic one. So the 2 finishers the 2 like big ones we have are great. Rush of Battle, of course. If you have enough dudes on the battlefield, you're gonna wreck faces with Rush of Battle. So yeah, and Roar of Challenge is actually a good way to get into. So there is more than enough ways to win with this 2-color deck. It's just highly unusual that you play 2-color, but I think it's perfectly fine. Let's dump the Siegecraft. I don't really like that card anyway. I do want to have a pretty high creature count, but I think I can cut one more creature fairly comfortably. So maybe we cut one of the Harriers or the Archer. The Harrier's evasive and is a warrior. The Archer just has 1 more power. I guess we can cut the Archer. I'd rather have the evasive beats, I think. And I probably like Behemoth more than Archer. I'd rather have the extra power toughness rather than reach in this deck because I've got Watcher and Harriers. Does that make sense? I think so. I think I'd rather have the extra power and toughness. All right. Well, I haven't played 2-color in a while intentionally because I like to do the shards, but I mean, I'm at least willing to diagnose and take a... Why did it do that? At least take a look at if I wanted to add these, how we would best go about doing that. Those 5 cards, 6 cards, I guess 7 cards, because I probably still want to Seek the Horizon, but even if it's just 6 cards, the weakest 6 cards in my deck are probably 2 Smoke Tellers, maybe the Harrier, and a War Behemoth. I could do it. I'm really not feeling it. I'd rather just play 2-color. Despite the fact that this format's set up for 3. I think between these 2 I've got enough. I'm busy enough. I'm staying busy. I've got a lot of stuff to do. And I'm not disappointed with the cards I have. So I'm going to run it 2-color. Highly unusual in this format, but I'm going to accept it. And then we do an 8-8. Wait, 10-6. I don't agree with that. I'd rather do 8-8. Get 9 of each. That way we consistently... I think they probably... How much... I guess all of our stuff is early green. Well, not all of it. A lot of it is. But I could do 9-7. And that still does 10 sources of green, 8 sources of white. Perhaps that's better. But I need to see both colors, and I need double color in both of them to consistently hit these 2 guys. Could also cut one of my less impressive morphs like War Behemoth for just a Tusked Colossodon. And that way I can probably cut 1 more green source and go to 10 sources of green. Or is it 9? 3, 6, 9, 10 sources of green and 8 sources of white. Yeah, I think this is how I'm going to run it. It's hard to evaluate exactly how good this deck is. I think it's pretty good because of the Hydra and the Master of Pearls put it in a pretty good spot. All the 2-drops is pretty nice with the pretty consistent mana base. So this can apply a bunch of pressure early, which is nice, especially with the the double Awaken the Bear. The Roar of Challenge is going to be a great way to finish somebody off too. All right, yeah, I like this. This looks pretty good. Let's try it. I'll see you round 1.